Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you watched my recent video that I have up, I went to a supernatural convention in Montreal. I was gonna say earlier this month, but I just realized it's May 1st, so I guess last month. And I didn't go all out, but I went more out than I was expecting to go. Today I'm only gonna be talking about Saturday, and I had 3 photo ops and 2 autographs. I met Matt, Richard, and Misha, I believe, on Saturday. I'm gonna start with the first photo op I had that day. I'm not gonna tell you what happened, like every single thing that happened throughout the day. First photo op I had was Matt and Richard, a duo op I split with my friend Camille. I walked up to Matt. I was gonna be with Matt, she was gonna be with Richard. So I walked up to Matt and he looked at me with a big smile and was like, "Oh, hi sweetheart, how are you?" And I got a hug, and then I told him that we were gonna make them pick the pose. So Richard already picked the pose, so Matt looked at Richard to see what he was doing, and Richard picked the tango pose. So he's like, "Oh, guess we're doing the dancing pose." So we posed for it, and this is how it turned out. I might, if I can figure it out, I might insert the pictures somewhere on the screen. But yeah, that's how it turned out. And I didn't have pockets, so I had to crumble up the ticket and hold it in my hand. So yeah, after that we did go up to the panel room, and the girl panel was happening. So Ruth, Rachel Miner, Kim Rhodes, and Lisa Berry. And then right after that one was the R2M panel, and then Loud and Swain were doing autographs right after that. So I was waiting for the Loud and Swain autograph, and I bought the hat. But I didn't get it signed on Saturday because at first they did the acoustic performance, which I might add somewhere in this video. I might just put all the videos at the end. And they sang 3 songs. They started off with Medicated, and then Rob threw Jason into it because Jason was at his table and there was no one at his table, so he told Jason to sing with him. And then the last song, It's Not Coming to Me, but it's one of their popular songs. The name is just not coming to me right now, and I still have my wristbands on. This is from the Saturday night concert, so I'm probably going to add those videos at the end too. And then Saturday and Sunday. So after that, we were going to stay for the autograph session because I wanted to get this signed. I had a Richard photo op, but then we looked at the schedule and he was going to be signing on Sunday. He was going to be doing photo ops on Sunday too. So we're like, okay, we'll skip out. We'll stay with Loud and Swain because we wanted to see the rest of the performance. And we're like, we'll see Richard tomorrow. And then as they were beginning to sign, I looked at the clock and I was like, okay, no, we have to go because Matt was doing his photo op session and we both had tickets to that. So we went to Matt's photo session and skipped out on the Loud and Swain autos because we couldn't miss this photo op because Matt isn't going on Sunday. So I walked up to Matt. I had a pose picked out, but I couldn't talk, so we just went with the hugging pose. And I think it turned out better than the Toronto convention, but that's just me. Yeah, so that happened. And as I was walking to my friend who was waiting for me by the wall, I seen someone sitting on, I guess, the cooler that was there. And we turned our heads, and it was Richard. So he looked up, and he smiled at us and waved, and we said hi, and then we walked out of the room. And then we had a 2-hour wait, I think, until Misha. So we spent our wait on the photo op floor area, and we found seats, so we just sat down on the chairs that were there. And I was watching the elevators because I was facing the elevators, and I was hoping time would just go by. And then Misha posted something on Instagram, and he was wearing this jacket, and because it was pretty cold that day and it was snowing, so he was wearing this jacket and he was outside Montreal just walking around. So then a few minutes later, just after I looked at that picture, I happened to look up and I was just glancing. I just happened to glance in the elevator area, and this guy got off the elevator and just like straight up went into one of the rooms and just like, it's like he didn't want to see anyone. But yeah, and I just happened to do like a double take because I was like, wait, he looks kind of familiar, but I wasn't too sure. He was wearing the same outfit, and yeah, it just kind of sunk in that I was like, wait, that's Misha, and it didn't sink in until he was gone. So yeah, and I knew it was Misha because, well, I'm a Misha stan, like, he's like my #1 favorite. I know what Misha looks like, so I'm like, it's him. I'm not stupid. Just after that, it was like 30 minutes. He arrived 30 minutes before his photo op session. So I was number 149, which is group 3. I lined up when group 3 was called and I didn't have a pose picked. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna ask him to pick the pose. So when it was my turn, I walked up to him and he had like this big smile on his face and he said hi. And then the music was so loud, so I had to kind of speak in his ear. And I kind of motioned for that because I knew the music was too loud. And yeah, so I told him if he could pick the pose. And then without saying anything, he like put his arm around my waist. And then he's like, how about, and then he grabbed my hand and dipped me and was like, a dipping pose. And I'm like, well, you're kind of doing it as you're telling me, so I guess we're going with the dipping pose. So it turned out like this. I'm actually, like, I love this one. It turned out better than last year's poses that I did because I'm pretty sure I only went with the hugging pose because I can't talk to this guy. Like, all the times I've met him, this is my 3rd time meeting him, I can't talk to him, but that worked out and I was happy with that. And then after that, he squeezed my hand as I was walking away and smiled at me. So that was the last photo op of Saturday. It was autograph, and the girl I was buying the autographs from, I bought a Jared autograph from her and a Misha autograph from her. And then she didn't want her matte autograph, so she just asked me, like, do you want matte too? Like, I'll give it to you for free. So I said yes, obviously, because I'm like, matte's one of my favorites out of, like, the smaller cast members. So I had to quickly buy a matte picture so he can sign it. And he personalized it, so I bought this one. And yeah, he signed it. There's not really a story to go with this one. It was just like, hi, thank you, bye. So yeah. And then with Misha, instead of getting a picture signed by him, I got my trench coat signed by him on the collar. Right there. And so as I laid the trench coat out on the table, the volunteer asked me, like, is there a specific place you want him to sign it? So I pointed to the collar and I'm like, anywhere here, because the material on the trench coat, like, if you signed here, it wouldn't be that good. So I just picked the collar because it's the most stable place to sign. As he was finishing with the girl in front of me, he kind of looked at me and then was like, oh, hi, again. So I'm like, hi. Basically, he used a lot of big words, so I'm like, wait, what? He basically apologized for the pose that lame pose that he picked, which was the dipping pose. And he asked how it came out, and I was like, it was good. So he's like, that's good. And then he pointed to my trench coat and was like, can I sign here? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. So he signed it, and he was signing like very like slow and taking his time and everything, and I'm like, God bless you. So anyways, that happened, and then he like handed it back to me and was like, here you go. And then I was like, thank you, and he winked, and I'm used to that by now, so I'm surprised I didn't die. But yeah, and then I walked away, and then it was a long wait until the Saturday night concert, which I met up with one of my other Twitter friends. I'm not too sure what her name is, I forgot, but I only seen her for the Saturday night concert. So the concert was great. I love Rob. That's what happened on Saturday, and I'll try to post Sunday's experience tomorrow or later today, depending how much time I have. And yeah, so that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
That I could talk to, and it seems like you're kinda strange. Why can't you be a little less insane? I may be crazy, at least I'm medicated. Later on that day, the sun began to fade. The Montreal sky showed why it was Montreal. He said I was intense. I quietly took offense. You laughed, but I didn't think that it was funny. And it seems like you're kinda strange. Why can't you be a little less insane? I may be crazy, at least I'm medicated. It seems like you're kinda strange. Why can't you be a little less insane? I may be crazy, at least I'm medicated. I was saving your place, you be replaced. But how can I stop myself from making the same mistake? Alright, get ready for the solo. Hey. Right. Use your fingers and your lips. Let's go. Make it sexy. Keep it going. Oh, great. So good. So good. So beautiful. Je t'aime. No more bloody, bloody night. Promises in the morning light. Don't find your face just a little bit. It's not where you left it. You can't break the cycle, leave the past. Get your boots and hit the gas. Break the cycle, leave the past. Get your boots and hit the gas. Break the cycle, leave the past. Get your boots and kick some ass. You're coming home to Tennessee. Coming home, you're free. Free to be, free to be you. Free, free to be, free to be love. Dressed in the same apparel, how could you ask for more? Ooh, they're coming for us. Yeah, they're coming for us. I had a dream that I ate your heart. Like a strawberry Pop-Tart, all hot and soft and sweet. It took its place inside my belly, and my inside turned to jelly when it slowly began to beat. Ooh, they're coming for us. Yeah, they're coming for us. Payback is a bitch. It says an itch, you got scratches. It says who will live away. You don't get paid, you gotta never have. It don't come for free. It says a fee, you gotta pay it. Yeah, they're coming for oh, yeah, they're coming for